Is it somebody right on my core? This is the moment you're meant to know.
Like time through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Let me just flip over the hourglass before it tips over. So today I am here to do a reading on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. That's who I'm going to start with today. So because of that, I figured since I'm wearing white for the alleged wedding aesthetics, why not start with them first? So Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. The time has finally come, allegedly. It's supposed to be this July weekend, the weekend of 4th of July. It's apparently supposed to span from the 2nd, which is tomorrow or today as of the recording or when this video goes out. But as of the recording of this video, it's the 1st of July. It's the 1st of the month. Hey. So because of that, it's the 1st of the month, and 4th of July is just right around the corner. Let's not forget it's also the America's 250th anniversary, but a whole lot's going on. So it's quite fitting that America's sweetheart might be getting married in July. Hopefully, let's hope, guys, because it was supposed to be June, but you know what, that's okay, because Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce has been honestly keeping it tight-lipped about their wedding. Apparently it was supposed to happen in Florida, or Florida was like the backup plan, and now we're back in New York. It was like a whole lot going on. There was a place that they was going to have the wedding apparently, and then when news broke out or allegedly leaked that this was where the wedding was going to be, then it switched to let's check out other places, and then it switched to let's check security reasons, where let's make sure that it is easy, because apparently the place that they had allegedly secured after that, which was backup plan number 2, was way too hard to secure, allegedly, when security finally got on the premises and realized just honestly too much open woods, and that's going to be hard to secure and make sure that both Travis and Taylor are going to be safe. So because of that, scratch that off. Plan B, plan C. So they're on to like option number 3. Who knows? It could have been like a whole lot more other options, but now it's finally option 3 that we finally settled down with, apparently, and it is Madison Square Garden in New York. And apparently Zohan Madami might have allegedly confirmed that, because he said that yes, we are preparing for an event this weekend. This weekend could be the 4th of July, but it's quite curious, so we'll see. Now, other things about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's wedding is that it has apparently 100 guests. They they're going to be starting their pre-rehearsals and the dinner, the pre-dinners. So because of that, they're doing the whole shebang this weekend, or leading up to this weekend, because it's only Wednesday/Thursday. So because of that, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is going to be the rollout. I hope it's so beautiful. And think about that. The 4th of July is on a Saturday this year. It falls on a Saturday. And so because of that, Friday is kind of already a holiday, which is the 3rd. So because of that, it's hot. And because it's hot, you know what that means if you think about it in the sun aspect, and also that we're just in the beginning of summer, is that just the fact that the sun represents full exposure and a heat intensity and things and tensions finally heating up. So because of that, it's kind of quite interesting when I think about it that we're having a heat wave right around the 4th of July. But that's not my time to have some conspiracy going on. But it's interesting that there's a heat wave going on around Taylor Swift's wedding. So because of that, I'm curious, what does that have to mean about all of this? Because we know there has been a whole lot. There's been worries. Is there going to be a wedding? Is there not? Is it going to be dependent on Travis Kelce? Is it Is she going to cancel the tour because there's not enough money? Is she going to not cancel the tour, but is she going to cancel the wedding because they need more money? Or is it going to be that she ends up not having the wedding because she secretly got privately married and just didn't tell us fans, even though we have been waiting for this wedding? So therefore there won't be no public wedding. So there's all those things that have been going on and speculations about Travis and Taylor Swift's wedding. So because of that, I'm here to finally pull some cards. It's literally right around the corner. So nothing more hot and intense than to look at it right now. And speaking of which, the 29th, the 30th, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. So about a week later, after we just recently had a strawberry moon. So, and the strawberry moon represents the very markings of how summer's getting ready to start. So because of that, the moon has hints and told us that we are getting ready to hit summer, and summer has officially came, and all eyes are on Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. They just recently was on a date 2 weeks ago. I think it was for a concert or a show. They went to go see a show together, and they're doing all this. Everybody's keeping eyes locked on Taylor and Travis Kelce. So because of that, every little thing that they're doing, everybody's watching. That's why I said a heat wave. This is intense. It's like now or never. I feel like this will be a perfect moment symbolically for Taylor to get ready to get married. But I'm completely jumping ahead of myself. Let's pull some cards, because all this positivity going on and speculation, Mama Crone wants to know, does Taylor Swift have the wedding jitters? And if this wedding, if they will officially make it down the aisle? And honestly, Mama Crone, I have to say, that's a really great question. I wonder that too. So because of that, I'm going to pull some cards. Because lo and behold, just because the sun is all about exposure and all this heat and intensity, somebody can easily get some cold feet and chicken out at the very last moment, last second, or maybe it's just calls off or it gets delayed yet again. So let's see, let's find out. We have the World card. Interesting. That's very interesting for a relationship that's getting ready to make a commitment. But when your relationship is broadcasted to the world, it almost feels like your wedding isn't yours. So let's see what's at the foundation. We have the Two of Cups. Okay, the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. Honestly, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I think I like these cards. They paint a very interesting story. First off, with the World right in the center, feeling about just how's this wedding going, just basically wedding jitters, make it down the aisle, how it's going to happen with this wedding. And first we have the World. So that tells me that either A, the World is going to get in between the relationship and get into this marriage, or it's going to be that this marriage and this wedding will be just for the public. And maybe I'm not saying that they're just going to fall through for it just for the sake of falling through for it. But let's find out. Because right here we have at the foundation the Two of Cups, which symbolizes a harmonious union of two people coming together. Which in this case is Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. So because of that, with this Two of Cups right underneath the World card, it's like holy matrimony on full display. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which is all about communication and airways, and this is a new beginning. And it's a coming together in a union with the Ace of Swords. So it's like everything has to be done strategically. Everything has to be planned meticulously. Ace of Swords. But because this is the first time, you can get the jitters in that sense. But the Swords always has less emotions involved and more head and clarity and less being blinded by maybe what the world has to say, maybe what other people have to say, what blogs and outlets, because nothing has truly ever been confirmed about their wedding. Everything is totally 100% speculation. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are tight-lipped about this wedding. So because of that, that's very strategic Ace of Swords energy. Because of that, they have their own security to look out for, but also this is just maybe a little cut out section moment for them, even though it's displayed to the world because it has to be, but also just because it's something that they need to be, if they're going to do this for the world, and they're going to have a very select few people actually at this wedding, but it's going to be fully displayed and broadcasted, then let's find a way to make this still feel personal to us, a piece for us, not that we're, and not the other way around where we're just doing everything pleasing for the world. So that's because maybe that's why there could have been delays in the really in getting to the aisle, getting down the aisle, because it's are we doing this, are we rushing for the fans, or are we doing this right in time and pace for us? And that's where I see this Queen of Cups energy, looking back at that Ace of Swords. So looking back at the past, looking back at the decisions that they have made along the way together. Because the Queen of Cups is right there above the world, but also above the Two of Cups, which is also another symbolization of that the two people coming together, when they come together, they are the Queen of Cups, that they are being able to communicate with each other, that they are receptive and in tuned with each other. So because of that, it's likeness, oneness, because water can only blend with water. It can blend with many other things, but after a while, it's going to start being able to separate. But if you want water to actually blend, be cohesive, be the Queen of Cups, be well put together in that Ace of Swords kind of energy, then you need unison and harmony, Two of Cups. So because of that, the world takes time to marinate. Like the future card says, Seven of Pentacles, still waiting for that outcome, still waiting for the full-blownness of I'm officially ready for this. It is time almost. The world almost feels like things are being done on time, even though the world card is always at the very end. It's even though it's at the end on time kind of thing. And that's where weirdly enough, I don't know why I keep thinking of Taylor Swift. That's where I'm feeling like Taylor Swift, maybe that's where this Queen of Cups kind of energy is coming from. Maybe that's just because everybody talks about Taylor Swift. Now, I'm not trying to take anything away from Travis Kelce and his football career that he has attained for himself, but it just seemed like, as it usually goes, when athletes get involved with high-end celebrities, it always seems like their visibility to the public skyrockets. I'm not going to say their popularity and fame, but their visibility, more eyes are on them. So because of that, that's where that world card is. And I know you're probably saying that they've had years to be together now and get acclimated to that, but there's still adjustment. You got to remember, Taylor Swift also, during that, she had her own things that she had to go through, and who knows what Travis Kelce was going through. So they've been through the hard knocks. They've been through the world up and down. So because of that, it's like they're almost married without being married. So it's like no rush to really get married physically on paper when they already feel like it by the way they've been there for each other in each other's lives, as they have. And that's why they feel ready to put that ring and commitment to, I want to marry you, because they have been through it. But let's just pull some more cards to see how it's going to go. We have the Clover, we have the Letter, we have the Concern, and then we have Bad Health. Guys, I'm honestly going to question. I'm not trying to say I don't believe the articles, but like I said, nothing is fully confirmed by Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. So because of that, the fact that I see the clover, which is what you usually find when you're brushing up on bad luck, not brushing up on bad luck, but usually the clover, it's like a rarity that you find. It's a gem in that sense, but also it's something that you want to wish on, want to cherish. That's how they could be feeling for each other. That's great. However, now we have other things playing into that factor, which is the contract, the concern, and then the bad health. And I was already feeling iffy with the world and the Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, because that was all giving a sort of sense of stagnation, of not trying to rush as quickly just for the sake, because the public want us to get married and they're just dying to see our wedding. So because I really am, I'm like, I'm waiting in anticipation with bated breath. Honestly, I just want to see these celebrities' weddings. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit invested in these celebrities, but I am quite curious what Taylor Swift's wedding is going to be like. What is this envision? What is this dream? Because Taylor Swift is a very good visionary. You've seen her music videos. She has a very creative, artistic style. She has won director in music videos and stuff like that. So because of that, just look at where they had their wedding proposal. Chef's kiss. Imagine that, but for wedding day. I can't wait to see what Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce together make a wedding. Because I want to see, because he has his own vibe. She has her own vibe. Let's see how their vibe comes together for this wedding. I'm glad that it's tight knit. I'm glad it's that with people that only truly love and support them. We have the tight end academy, tight end university that co-founded or is working with Travis Kelce. So because of that, we have all of these people. Then there was rumors up in there if Selena Gomez was going to be there. And then it was like, yeah, Selena Gomez is totally going to be there. Why would she not be there? So it's like this, that, and the third. We don't know. But all that being said, we still have the letter, which symbolizes contracts and writing the vows. They could be in the process of still writing their vows literally, if they haven't already solidified that they are getting married this weekend. Because I have the concern, and then I had bad health, and that's all paired with the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles represents two things. One, seeing how your fruit is going to pay off, and you're waiting for it to pay off. But this is where the second part comes in. It all depends on the foundation and how good the soil is. And what do they have at their foundation? The Two of Cups, which represents a unison and a harmony and a coming together. So they are synchronized. They are on one page and one accord together. However, there still seems to be a sense of trepidation with this bad health. Not literally bad health, like somebody's going to get sick, but bad health in the sense of stress, worries, all those things that bring down your energy, your vitality. Maybe you're not as lively. You could be stressed out. You could be having sleepless nights, all those different things that can contribute to things that take away from a good quality of life. The littlest things, littlest inconveniences. So because of that, that's what the bad health represents. And then we have a concern, and a concern is literally just that, a concern, a worry. Is this going to happen? Is this too quickly? Is this too soon? Are we ready? Am I feeling comfortable with these vows? Have I fully, because Taylor Swift is also a very poetic she's just creative and individual at all. So I can't even wait I would really love to hear what her vows would be too. Anyway, I'm getting way too deep into the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce wedding. Literally, the world card. I feel like I'm maybe picking up on the energy of what the world and everybody's putting on Taylor Swift, and all those things could be the concerns of, I don't want to disappoint anybody. I don't want to live up to anybody's expectations. So all those certain things, who do I please? Who do I not please? Who do I let down? Who do I this, that, and the third? You know, when they say bridezilla, I'm not saying Taylor Swift is a bridezilla, but you know, the stress that could lead to you becoming a bridezilla, I could see that's what Taylor Swift is going through, and even Travis Kelce. But you never hear of a groomzilla. What would they even call him? So because of that, it's the stress and all the stress of planning, figuring out, like I said, whittling down two people, very big, massive amount of people that they know, and you dwindle it down to just about 100, maybe 200. That's a lot when you think about it, but it's very little when you think about just how big these people are. So because of that, that's really hard to say, sorry, I know you think we're really close and we're besties like that, but I just know. Or maybe I love you, but I can't trust you. So because of that, I can't invite you to my wedding. You did me dirty, like Lively. So because of that, sorry. So, you know, all these things that you gotta break harsh things to people about, pick and choose, you know, and then you gotta accommodate both of each other. So it's like, I would really love to bring you on, but I don't have enough room. I only got this many people to pick from, and it was really hard. So because of that, and everybody wants to get into that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift wedding. But anyway, what I see here is definitely, all that aside with the chit chat, is definitely there is a sense of trepidation, concern, possibility, not possibility, leaning towards a not possibility of getting married this weekend. But if they do, I'll be shocked and surprised. But the Seven of Pentacles puts it all up in the air. And honestly, if it puts it all up in the air, I don't think in just 2 days they can quickly turn around and suddenly have a wedding. So because of that, I don't think they're getting married, sadly, this weekend. Despite the, maybe this could be them practicing pre-rehearsing. Who knows? Maybe they could be practicing months in advance. Strategic planning, Ace of Swords. I'm just saying, like they didn't rush that quickly to get down the aisle, and many people are starting to question, why isn't Taylor Swift rushing down to get in the aisle? You guys been dating for this long. You seem like a solid relationship. It seems like a no-brainer that you would want to marry him. Why haven't you married him yet? So because of that, pressure from society, pressures from the world, you know she's that age, and you know she's a part of the Illuminati. So you know she got to produce a baby soon. So because of that, those are all those things that she's got to worry about. And, you know, maybe those are conversations that her and Travis Kelce could have had. Maybe not about the Illuminati, but just about, hey, you know, are you going to have children in the future? Those kinds of things. So with all that, and if they haven't had that conversation yet, I think they're starting to have those conversations, or should be having those conversations before getting married. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you guys in the next one. It seems to be even though they have love and they are on one page in accord, we're not trying to rush and do this for the public just because everyone wants the wedding. So we'll see. I really hope it's this weekend, though. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It really means a lot to the channel. Please and thank you. Become a beautiful sunflower and spread those beautiful sunflower seeds all over this earth, because we definitely need it. And hey, like the sunflower says, during this heat wave, maybe not spread seeds during a heat wave. Good soil, think about that. But spread seeds metaphorically during this heat wave. Collect all that heat. I should go out there and sunbathe a little bit. So that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. And with that being said, and who knows? Maybe they could have had their wedding and it was going to happen this weekend, but because now there's this extreme heat wave, it's like, and especially if it's like an outdoor wedding, last minute, for the sake and health of our loved ones, let's reschedule the wedding. So that just seems to be another inconvenience that comes up against us to why we can't get married. I'm just saying, all those possibilities are all up in the air. So that being said, like I said, there's just too many, with the concern and the bad health, it's just in the Seven of Pentacles, all in the future, it's just giving a a not moving forward. So with that being said, and because I'm reading this before their marriage, you would think that the future will represent when or after they had gotten married. And if I'm seeing the Seven of Pentacles, it casts me questioning, what does the Seven of Pentacles mean about their marriage? So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed that, and I sure did. And then the Seven of Pentacles was paired with concern and bad health, which usually represents stresses and things that make you usually want to go run or not deal with or check out. I'm just saying. Or distract or deflect from what you should be really doing. I'm just saying. All those things paired in the future, I can't see a likelihood of it being this weekend. But hopefully soon in the future when they're ready. And honestly, I'm trying to think, could they have secretly, privately gotten married? And they're just trying to figure out when will be the best time to do this big grand wedding for the general public. So with all that being said, all those things are up in the air. That's how secretive Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are in strategically moving when it comes to planning their wedding. They have all these different puzzle pieces that they got to play and piece together. And sometimes it can be a little bit stressful. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, leave your comments down below. And you know what I say before I go? Hype us up. Subscribe to us. And don't forget to thumbs up. Hey, sunflowers. All right, this is a bonus clip. I'm just going to pull some cards from here just to ask a few questions, just rapid fire questions. That way, everyone's questions that want to know about this wedding can feel like they have gotten their answers answered from this video. So first and foremost, does Taylor Swift have wedding jitters? We have the polar bear. Well, jitters, you usually get jittery when you're cold, don't you? And polar bears are usually in the cold. But I see here it's a polar bear, and usually polar bears are very protective. So because of that, one more card, because I just need to confirm if this jitter is a protective jitter, like excitement, butterflies, or is this a jitter that's a sense of cold? We have a false person. Okay. So we definitely see here that when it comes to the polar bear and usually polar bear and the false person, when I think combined together, is not overprotective, but somebody who can be protective, but it's a protection out of their own selves. They're defensive out of their own selves. So if she does have the wedding jitters, which it does sound like it's all because she can get cold feet or she gets worried, and it all stems from within herself. It could be insecurities inside of herself. She could be the false person inside of herself, and she has those things that she has to battle with herself. I think we've heard this story before with Taylor Swift, with the old Taylor Swift is dead, she can't answer the phone, and then I'm pretty sure Taylor Swift then rebranded yet again with another death of herself. So because of that, this is another battle that Taylor Swift has to face. And I always say relationships are a mirror, and it's facing and it's all about facing parts of yourself that are maybe hard to deal with, or things that you learn that you didn't realize you have qualities about in yourself. And what I see here is that Travis Kelce definitely does present a challenge to Taylor Swift emotionally. And when it comes to getting married, she definitely has to question within herself if she is ready to commit to that. He knows he is. Let's see if he knows. Does Travis Kelce has the wedding jitters? We have a gift. And we have the ship. Yeah, clearly Travis Kelce, the gift, but honestly, with the ship here, which usually represents commerce, but it can also represent a journey. This could be something that he is willing to go on with Taylor Swift. And this could be something he's cherishing, like I was talking about earlier. One of these cards I was talking about earlier. Oh, yes. Weirdly enough, wow, that's so weird. Over here with the Clover card that I was talking about, you would cherish something that seems so precious, seems such like an oddity and rarity. You would come across like gifts, vintage gifts. So we see here with Travis Kelce, we see that same sentiment and energy coming up. Same thing with Taylor Swift. That's why the polar bear came out for her. But hers is more of a defense on her own self, on her own protection, just maybe through what she has been through. And maybe he's a little bit more open and able to receive and is ready to take Taylor on this journey. And because of that, he represents a more solid place for the polar bear to land when it gets weak and weary. So with that being said, and maybe because this ship can go up and down. So Travis seems like he can be able to get to Taylor's level when she's down there. So because of that, that's something that she also has to work out within herself. But anyway, I'm not trying to dive deep into that psychology, but I want to know one more question. And I want to know, when it comes to Travis and Taylor Swift, I just want to know, is this all for the public? I say it was, but I really want to know, is the wedding for the public? We have a main female. We have a burden. And we have the tree of life. Well, the main female, sadly, is Taylor Swift. The cards are what they are. So because of that, unless there's some other main female in Travis Kelce's relationship that we don't know about, but I'm joking. So because of that, for real, Taylor Swift being the main female here when it comes to their relationship, we have the burden then followed after that. And then we have the tree, which symbolizes the legacy, which you come with. And Taylor Swift comes with a lot. She does. Not saying that she's a burden and a baggage and all of this, but in that sense of when you're with a big super pop star, like I said, America's sweetheart, that's a lot to live up to. And now you're going to be known as Travis Kelce, who's married to America's sweetheart. So because of that, he's got it's a whole lot when it comes to this wedding, because I asked, is this for the public to please us? And it seems like it's all stemming from Taylor Swift's end, that yes, it could be feeling like a burden, honestly. And now it's on Taylor Swift, which then brings us back to this Queen of Cups, which then brings us back to this false person and then this polar bear. So then that brings us back to the bad health and then the concern. And then, of course, with all that, we would have the Seven of Pentacles, which would then, of course, put us on a halt. So all that. So like I said, it just seems like it's a lot. Ooh, 30 minutes is up, guys. So just wanted to quickly come in, but it definitely seems like when it comes to their relationship, it definitely seems like having to have a wedding for the public is the main thing that might be on Taylor Swift's mind. Maybe not Travis Kelce's mind, because he's here for the journey. But it seems like it's on Taylor Swift's mind. And because it's on Taylor Swift's mind, it burdens and weighs her down. And sometimes she can run when she gets the jitters or gets pressured. She's a Sagittarius after all. And Sagittarius hate to be boxed, caged in, restricted in any sort of way. They're fire after all. So because of that, that's where Taylor Swift's freedom of wanting to be able to breathe again, to not feel like having to perform yet again for the public. So all that is up in the air for Taylor Swift. So it's like, when is she going to finally confront that within inside of herself? So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I sure did. And now that was my little bonus coming in with the rapid fire questions.